My parents kept bringing up my dead brother at every event, so I told them nobody cares during my celebration. My parents lost their first son, Rick, when he was 8, and I was 3 in a car accident. 20 years later, they've turned him into this perfect saint. Every conversation circles back to what Rick would have thought, done, or wanted. I barely remember him. Maybe 2 real memories that might just be from photos. But my parents act like we were best friends, and I should feel this massive hole where he should be. They kept his room frozen for 15 years. Spider-Man sheets are still tucked tight. They buy him birthday presents every August. Every Sunday they spend an hour at his grave telling him about their week, then come home with updates about what they discussed with him. The worst part, they've built this fantasy relationship that never existed. Rick would be so proud. He always wanted a little sister to protect. When I don't tear up on command, they look at me like I'm heartless. 3 months ago, I got engaged to Lucas. His family actually functions like normal humans. When his parents Sharon and Robert suggested a celebration dinner, I should have said no. Sharon had made this gorgeous spread. Robert was asking about venues, normal stuff. Within 10 minutes, my parents hijacked everything. Rick would have walked her down the aisle, my mom announced. We'll need to save him a seat at the head table. Sharon's smile froze. She tried staying polite, but confusion crept across her face. Lucas kept trying to steer back to actual planning. My parents steamrolled over him. Then my dad started crying. Rick would have loved Lucas. They would have been best friends. Tears streaming. He would have been the best man. My mom grabbed Sharon's hand. We should name the first grandchild after him. That's what Rick would want. Sharon went pale. Robert shifted uncomfortably. This celebration had become grief therapy about someone who died before Lucas was born. Then came the moment that destroyed everything. My mom looked directly at Lucas's parents. You need to understand there will always be 3 children in this family, not 2. Planning this wedding isn't complete without honoring Rick's role. She paused. I think you should visit the cemetery so you can meet him properly. I exploded. Nobody wants to hear about a dead 8-year-old at an engagement dinner. You're making everyone miserable, turning the happiest night into a funeral. Other people shouldn't manage your grief. Maybe care about the daughter who's actually alive. My mom crumpled, sobbing. My dad shot up. You are disgusting and heartless. Sharon and Robert sat frozen in shock. We left. I stayed at Lucas's for 4 days. His parents were sweet, but worried. What were they getting into? Lucas started asking the dreaded questions. Would my parents be like this at the wedding? Christmas? When we have kids? My parents finally called, not to apologize, to demand I come home. I had embarrassed them, disrespected Rick's memory. They're boycotting the wedding unless I apologize and include more Rick tributes. Now Lucas's family thinks my parents are unhinged. My parents think his family doesn't respect our loss. The dinner meant to unite everyone might have destroyed everything. Here's what nobody tells you about grief. Sometimes the people left behind become so lost in honoring the dead, they forget to love the living. My parents spent 20 years building a shrine to a memory while their alive daughter begged for attention. I'm stuck choosing between the love of my life and the family that raised me, between moving forward and staying trapped in someone else's past. The worst part? I think Rick would have wanted me to be happy, but I'll never know, because the brother my parents talked to isn't the real 8-year-old who died. He's their perfect fantasy, and I can never compete with a ghost. So now I'm planning a wedding my parents might not attend, marrying into a family that's seen mine at their absolute worst, all because I finally said what everyone was thinking.